All right, everybody, here we are live right here today on Monday, August 25th, 2014. This is Denver Dave here, David Barad from the Mile High City with tonight's UOP DS Domination Google Hangout. We have some really awesome panelists here with us tonight that are going to share their stories of how wonderful DS Domination has been for them. Guys, this is pretty much the last, in fact, it is the very last Google Hangout for the month of August. So we're going into September, and we're coming up close on the holiday shopping season, so everybody's fired up and excited in DS Domination about this upcoming holiday shopping season, and you're about to find out why. Now, before we get into it, what I want to do is give an income disclaimer here to let you know that we do not guarantee income. Everybody here this is unscripted, okay? These are ordinary people that are coming straight from the heart, sharing their story with you. And, you know, we don't guarantee any kind of income, but the possibilities here with e-commerce and DS Domination are absolutely unlimited, okay? So with that, we have some awesome panelists with us today. I have my co-host here with me, Bruce McElhaney, who's from the wonderful state of Texas. And he is going to start out today, and he's going to have the opportunity to share his story, but first he's going to actually have some other folks share their story. Bruce, let's have you go ahead and introduce yourself and go ahead and introduce our first panelist. Take it away, Bruce.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bruce McElhaney, one of the Unit of Prosperity leadership team. Several of us on the panel tonight. Prior to getting into anything like that, I want to start out with ladies first this evening, and let's go right down the line, the middle of the row. Miss Coach Lakeisha Kenya, would you give us a little bit of background on yourself? Tell us a little bit about your story, how you came to DS Domination, and the opportunities that it's opened up to you in your life.
Yes, Bruce, can you hear me?
Certainly.
Okay, great. I'm so excited to be here. I want to thank you guys for inviting me to the panel tonight. My story is one of those stories that you probably heard in the past. I've been doing network marketing, not online, but network marketing and direct sales for pretty close to 20 years. And I am a registered nurse by profession, and thanks to DS Domination, that is now a professional choice, you know. So, and what I mean by that is, when I got started with DS Domination, for the first couple of months, I just really sat on it. I didn't do absolutely anything. I spoke to another one of my team members, which I only had two back in November, and she had made $2,000 profit. Well, at the time, Bruce, I was only looking to make an extra $500 to keep from having to get a second nursing job. So when she told me she made $2,000, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to really look at this. So I stepped back, rewatched the videos, and listed my first couple of items December 2nd. And I was at work on December 4th. When I laid my cell phone at the nurse's desk, and the secretary came and said, Lakeisha, your phone is ringing. You need to turn it off. You know, she said it in a jokingly way. She like, you at work, you need to turn it off. Just as I go to pick up the phone, the second cha-ching happened. And I'm like jumping up and down. I'm acting a stark fool at the nurse's desk now because, of course, I know that this thing works, and now all my coworkers know that it works. So I made a decision at that time, Bruce, that this was going to be the very thing that was going to help me to get out of my nursing career, you know, to the extent that I would have it as an option. Because I've been a nurse for over 20 years, well, right at 20 years. This month actually made 20 years for me, and I was to the point that I was burned out. I've been a travel nurse since 1999, and because of DS Domination, this year will be the first year since 1999 that I will be able to spend the holiday season with my family.
That's fantastic, Coach. It's awesome that you have a very inspirational story. One thing I know about nurses, and I know several retired ones now, which is exciting, um, that nurses are givers, and you know that's a huge thing in life. As we get out of life what we give, and so it's you know it's awesome to hear your story, and definitely you know thanks for coming out tonight, and keep growing in your business.
Certainly.
Next, I'd like to talk with the young lady all the way down to the end of the row here. If gentlemen, if you'll permit me to talk with another lady here, Alicia, if you would come out and unmute your microphone and tell us a little bit about yourself and your story. Tell us how you came to DS Domination and what DSD and the Unit of Prosperity has done for you. Alicia, can you hear me? Okay.
Looks like we might have lost her. She may have dropped, Bruce.
Right. Okay. Well, let's move right next door to where Alicia was at. Good evening, Charles. If you would tell us briefly about yourself and the same story, your background, how you got started, and what you're doing with DS Domination, if you would, please.
Sure, Bruce. Guys, my name is Charles White. I've been in DSD, started back in January, and it has really changed my life. I'm a father that's married with 4 children, so the whole thing with doing a business, working, and taking care of family, it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. But this business has really helped me. Like I said, I started back in January. When I first got started, made a couple of sales. Didn't really notice it. Kind of set back on it. Didn't really give it that whole 100% like I should have. So when the sales did start coming rolling in, I was like, okay, I can do this. This is not hard. I never sold anything online. All I did was just follow the training, and I was getting sales. So later on down the line, probably in March, my wife started noticing that my phone kept cha-chinging. She's like, honey, what is that? Why is your phone always cha-chinging? So I broke down, showed her exactly what I was doing. She got interested. She started doing the training. Now she cha-chinging, okay? So, and it's kind of like a viral thing because I'm sitting at the kitchen table, my phone's cha-chinging, and my kids is like, Daddy, what's that? Why is your phone always cha-chinging? So now they're involved. They're like doing the business. They're asking me questions. They're learning. And this business has really become as like a family business to where everybody's engaged, everybody's teaching and helping others. And DSD is definitely a business that you can become successful, but you have to take action. You have to do something. You can't just sit on it and just expect it to happen. You have to take action. And if you do that, you will have success, just like I have as well as my family. So if you guys are watching this tonight, I would definitely encourage you to get started. It's a 1995 decision. And trust me, if I could do it with, a family with a wife and 4 kids, anybody can do this, okay? But you have to take action. Go ahead and click the link at the bottom. Get started. And trust me, you will definitely benefit from doing DSD. It has really changed my life since I've been doing it.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you telling your story. A couple of quick questions, if I might. As far as the training with both DS Domination and also the Unit of Prosperity, tell us a little bit about what your thoughts are in reference to the training.
The training itself is very simple, and like if you miss something, you're able to go back and rewatch whatever you miss. Okay, you pretty much work at your own pace. Like I said, when I got started, you know, I got my first cha-ching probably a week after watching all the videos. So the training is very, very powerful, and you'll be amazed of all the information that this business gives you when you go through the videos. And it's just that simple. You just go through the videos, you take notes, you do exactly what the training tells you to do, and you get paid. I mean, it's not that hard.
Fantastic. Well, it's you know, it's a lot of fun, you know, to work your way through the process. And you know, what do you see DS Domination doing for you and your family in the future, Charles?
Well, it's going to do a whole lot in the future. But as of right now, you know, being, like I said, a father with 4 kids, we usually take one vacation a week. I mean, I'm sorry, a year. We usually take one vacation a year. Okay. This year, me and my family, because of DSD, has been on 4 vacations. Okay. And I mean, when I tell people that, they're like, wow, what are you doing? You know. And I just explained to them, you know, it's changing people's lives daily, and definitely mine. It's definitely changing my life and my family, and they're reaping the benefits of me, you know, doing this business. So I just encourage everyone to get started. You know, click the link at the bottom of this video and just join us. You know, you're going to get all the training. You're going to get a Facebook group that's going to teach you and help you and aid you if you have any problems or questions. So the amount of information that DSD gives you guys is it's amazing. And it's worth thousands of dollars, you know, to me personally. So that's how I feel about, you know, DSD and this opportunity. And I think everybody should, you know, join.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you coming out and telling your story.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Let's move right down the line here, excuse me, and talk a little bit with Jordan. Jordan, good evening.
What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your DS Domination and your Unit of Prosperity journey, if you would, please.
Sure. Well, my name is Jordan. I am 23 years old. Actually just had my first baby 6 days ago. I've only been in DS Domination for only about 2 weeks, but within that 2 weeks, it's been a busy 2 weeks. You know, I've had about 15 sales, almost $1,000 in sales in general. I'm really excited for where it's going. You know, the training and everything, it's really easy to understand, you guys. I mean, it's really easy. It's literally copy and pasting for the most part, you know. And so I'm really excited for where that's going. And since I'm new, you know, I'm still at the 1995 level, but that's enough for me right now. I mean, you know, I'm still gonna go, but for right now, the 1999 is perfect for me right now. But yeah, I'm really excited for where it's gonna go. You know, just excited. You know.
Awesome, fantastic. So you said you had right at $1,000 in sales in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually about like 950 right now, but
Wow.
I'm definitely gonna cross before the month's over for sure.
Fantastic. Yeah, you've got a great foundation, you know, started and laid, and obviously from what you've seen in the training, would you say that the $20 investment, was it worth it?
Yeah, I actually made that back in my first 2 days in business. And did some actually, you know, so it's definitely worth it. You know, I've been in different marketing companies and I've done sales most of my life. And honestly, this is the only online network company I've ever joined that I've actually shown a profit. You know, most places you have to put all this money and get a bunch of products out and then go market them. You know, this, you literally make money with the product, for one, and that's really exciting. And for two, it's a 1995 decision. I mean, that's a trip to Burger King. You know.
Hey man, awesome, fantastic. Congratulations on your little one. And if this gives you any inspiration, I'm not sure if you know who Josh Jacobs is. I'm sure he's probably on the the panel, or not the panel, but on the Hangout watching tonight. But I'll use him as an inspiration for you. I mean, here's another young man about your age that has made over $70,000 this year. So you got a little bit to do to catch up with him, but the opportunity is the same. Because the greatest part about it is he started with that same $20 investment, that 1995 investment. So fantastic. Well, best wishes for your future.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to turn the hosting duties over to my brother and co-host, if I could, and Denver Dave, if you would, I'll let you take the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bruce. That was awesome. You guys, these stories are not scripted. As you can see, people are joining DS Domination, and they're having success for 1995. As you can see, there's a little button below where you can join for 1995. You can click the other button for more information, but it's an absolute no-brainer, okay, to get involved in e-commerce. It is enormous in scope. Billions and billions and billions of dollars are traded online each and every day. Sales on eBay, sales on Amazon. Here is your chance to participate in the economy in a big, big way with e-commerce, guys. $19.95 to get started with unlimited possibilities. So what I want to do right now, I actually want to ask Bruce, my co-host, to share his story with everyone. Bruce, tell us a little bit about your experience with DS Domination. How long have you been, and how has it changed your life in this short window of time?
Well, good evening again to everybody. It's been a tremendous opportunity and a wild and fun journey. I started the first part of February of this year, and was almost immediately plugged into excuse me, a training course. It was a 90-day to 10K training course, and so I learned a lot of basics really fast. Excuse me, and met a bunch of great leaders. I've been around the MLM network marketing businesses, and I will put an S on the end of that, since 1989. So I got a few more gray hairs than Jordan does, but the opportunity is still the same. I wasn't looking for a business when I saw this opportunity. I actually a few years ago I served as the national president of a veterans organization, and working with veterans. If you're a veteran on the line today, I salute you, because that's near and dear to my heart. And if it wasn't for our nation's veterans, we wouldn't have the freedom to sit here and talk tonight, or probably not in English either. So anyway, just a little bit about my passion. And just in the few short months that I've been around DSD, my sponsor, Shahan Williams, I saw her posting over and over and over on Facebook about, I made $20, I sold this on eBay, I did this, I sold, I woke up to some more money in my bank account, and I was like, this, here I am. I build a business, a conventional type business, where I built distribution routes. I have a snack food distribution company that I sell wild game exotic jerky in 110 counties across Texas and Oklahoma. It's a lot of territory. And I drive my average day. I just walked in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before this hangout started. I've driven about probably 250 miles today. That's my typical day. And so I pretty much live in my vehicle. And it's, I started that from the ground up, cold calling, door to door, and grew a business from 0 clients in a state that I'm not from to about $250,000 in gross volume of sales within less than 3 years. September 7th will be 3 years. But what I saw in DSD was a way for me to be able to keep that business, that conventional business, and keep it flourishing, but not have to be out on the road all the time, be able to offer opportunities for people that were willing and wanted an opportunity to go out and build that type of a business, and or what we do here in DSD and the Unit of Prosperity with e-commerce. And so I jumped on board, started out with the same, I started with, like everybody, with a $20 bill, and I plugged it in. It was like popping popcorn. All of a sudden it started popping. Phone was cha-chinging, all kinds of, the first weekend that I was in the business in February, my wife didn't even know it. It was a Saturday morning. I was sitting there in a recliner with a cup of coffee and a laptop, and my phone was cha-chinging, and I had made $400 in sales, and she finally asked me, "What is that?" Because I was irritating her because she was trying to watch TV or something or other. And and I told her, "Oh, I was making money." She said, "What are you doing now?" And so I told her, and so it was kind of like, yeah, okay. She kind of, thought, okay, it's his thing, and because a lot of wives would probably freak out if their husband come home and said, "Guess what, honey? I'm going to go sell jerky for a living," and nowadays she's a believer in that business, and then went through various different levels of knowledge and upgrades and things in the DS domination business by choice. Worked hard. I'll never tell you that it doesn't take work, because anybody that offers you an opportunity without work, there's something wrong with that situation, whatever that may be. And so worked hard. A couple of months ago, we were able to move into a new home about 5 minutes from a lake. I know Sean's been here. We have a lot of fun here, and we bring people here. We do some trainings and different things. So a lot of things have happened. Been able to reach out and touch some other people's lives, and various different things. So the opportunities. Once I'm also a former. I'm a male former shopping hater, and today with our Genesis program, we take off on a weekend. We'll take our phones with our little apps that we have on them. We go out and scan some barcodes, and a couple weekends ago we made about $1,300 in potential profit on a weekend. Yesterday we went out and did some shopping, just a typical retail store, Target, Walmart, wherever, and it's fun, and my wife is just so fired up now, and so excited about the opportunity. We've actually set a goal now that she's going to be able to retire within 1 year from her corporate ball and chain that she loves, but it's going to give her choices. So long version of the story, but anyway, all I can say is, click on the button, get out your $20. You're going to waste it anyway, with McDonald's or buying something you probably don't need. You got one of two choices: either invest it here or take it and throw it away. So it's entirely your choice. Put it to work, make it happen, and the rest is your journey and your story. We're here to help you.
That's awesome, Bruce. Those are the kind of stories we're hearing, guys. DS Domination has only been around since last September, so we're not even a year old yet, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of success stories, just like Bruce's and everybody else on this panel that you're hearing, all over the place every single day. We share and celebrate each other in the Unit of Prosperity. The cha-chings are a wonderful, wonderful thing. So what I want to do right now is I want to move along. Let me ask a question to Coach Lakeisha here, because Coach Lakeisha is one of the folks that recently walked away from her nursing job. She actually quit her job to do this full time. But I do have a very special guest with us that just appeared as a panelist that I also want to ask the same question to, because she was one of the first people that actually walked away from her job. We have the wonderful Ms. Keisha Bass with us, so I'm going to be asking her a few questions. But I remember, and it sticks in my mind, she posted on Facebook that she walked away from her job, and I was just so proud, because I'm an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs are courageous. and she took a courageous step to walk away from her job, but it was a calculated move, knowing and sharing the vision of how enormous this opportunity really is. So we want all of you who are watching right now, if you're not in DS Domination, you need to click that join button right now, get signed up. It'll open up in another separate window. You get signed up, and we're going to help you rock and roll. We're going to help you get started. September is the 1-year anniversary. We're right around the corner from the holiday shopping season, so your timing is perfect to get started with us so that you're in position to capitalize on all the money flowing in through e-commerce, guys. So let me ask you this, Lakeisha. You recently walked away from your nursing job. Here we are getting ready to hit the holiday season. What do you see for yourself closing out 2014 and turning the corner into the new year 2015? What do you see for yourself as far as the possibilities here, the goals you have set, and what you have already claimed for yourself and your family?
Well, Dave, thanks for asking that question. Actually, today was a day, well, actually, yesterday, as I was driving, I had a 5-hour commute, and I was listening to some motivation. I was listening to GoPro, you know, this millionaire series, Millionaire Mentors, and it just made me really take a look at my life and reevaluate where I am today as compared to the 2 months ago today when I walked away from my full-time nursing job. And, you know, where I see myself is right now, I see myself relaunching my business, basically. And it's a great business. Right now, DS Domination pays all my bills, from car note to rent to, you know, everything, you know, but still, I didn't accomplish the goals that I chose to, you know, the goals that I set for myself. So I just decided today to challenge myself again for the next 90 days. So before Thanksgiving, you know, we're gonna have a really good holiday season. I said earlier, you know, this is gonna be the first year that I've been able to be home with my family through the holiday season, and we just had our annual revival, and that was my first time being there, and I had no clue of what I had been missing for all these years as I was travel nursing and chasing money, going from place to place. But thanks to DS Domination, I have the vehicle now that I'm positioned, you know, that I can make the kind of money that I choose to make. And, you know, by me just being lazy and lollygagging and hanging around and just enjoying life and being off, you know, it didn't give me where I was looking to go monetarily. So, Dave, you asked that question, and by the end of the year, I will have properly aligned myself to have a 5-figure month every month, moving into the new year, next year this time, to have 6-figure months. So I'm really excited about the opportunity. I have all the products with DS Domination. I am really just excited about the Genesis product. And, you know, if you're my Facebook friend, you see me out shopping, you know, and I had to get there. I didn't just start today and buy everything today. I just took it step by step, and I didn't compare myself to anybody. I was inspired by everybody, but I didn't compare myself to anybody. So that's the biggest thing, just to learn that your journey is your journey, and you're going to get there when you set those goals, and go back and kick yourself in the butt when you reevaluate and you see that you're not getting where you need to be.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So proud of you, Coach Lakeisha. You know, those are such inspirational words. I got to tell you, I'm right there with you every step of the way. Guys, Unit of Prosperity, we are a team. We have literally over 15,000 team members, and we collaborate and work very closely together. And that's what it takes, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work, like they say. Business is a team sport, and we have everything you need to get started earning in e-commerce, on eBay, and even on Amazon if you're ready to really take the bull by the horns and get to the level of success we're seeing here, starting with just $20, guys. So click that Join Now button. Come aboard the Unit of Prosperity. It's a wonderful, wonderful program to be a part of. So what I want to do right now, because I can see Lakeisha, that Keisha Bass is in a car. I see a sunroof, Keisha. So I want to go to you now, because it seems like to me you're on broadband connection, maybe a cellular connection. Doesn't look like you're connected inside of the broadband. So let's go to you, Keisha. You have been a great inspiration to so many people. I had an opportunity to meet you in person, as well as some of the others here in Las Vegas for our first event. And I got to tell you, you know, you're just such a warm spirit, but you're a tiger when it comes to business. You're admired by many because of your tenacity and your persistence in business. And we just want to hear your story real quick, because people have got to hear how you did it. I mean, it was so awesome when I saw that picture of you walking away from your job. And, you know, there's so much to be said about your entrepreneurial spirits. Tell us your story real quick.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. Yes, I am. I'm in the car. Can you hear me okay, Dave?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, because yes, I am on a I'm on a mobile connection, and that's just it just show, you know, I was thinking about it, just shows that how committed we are, you know, to our businesses and stuff, because we just get it done, right? And it's a business that I can do anywhere, which is so cool. My son is actually at football. We do football every day of the week, and I didn't want to miss, you know, what's happening tonight. I wanted to be inspired myself by the stories that are going to be presented tonight, and I was like, well, you know, I see an opportunity for me to jump on, so I just said, hey, I'll get on as well. And but thanks so much. I got started, you know, in DS Domination in September 2013. And many of you did see the picture of me jumping in the air as I was leaving my six-figure job, and you know, just to put some time on it. A lot of people see things online, and they kind of you think that things happen in succession, or like in a sequence, and that's okay. How we do things. But I actually got laid off in March of 2013. So now, if you can put the time together, there was a period of time where there was I didn't know what I was going to do. Okay, so I was just like, I just tried so many different things. I was in some companies, and I thought that was going to be it. And so when DS Domination found me, okay, then it was September of 2013, and I was actually on the end of unemployment. So I was at the emergency unemployment period. But you know what, I just been an entrepreneur at heart. Even when I worked my 9 to 5, I still was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. I just don't. You know, although I was programmed from a little child that, you know, even my grandparents told me, Keisha, you know, you got to get an education, right? Because you're a girl, and you got to be able to fend for yourself, you know, and it's just so many, and they meant well, okay? I'm not going to say that was wrong. They meant well, because that's all they knew, right? All they knew was to work hard, get a good education, get a good job, and, you know, work there for 20 years, and, you know, and then you retire, and then now you can finally, maybe you have enough money to actually go and do what you want to do. Maybe you can go and see a few cities or something if if your body is still able to do that. Well, I've always been the child that I didn't want to do what everybody else did, right? My dad, he was just like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you just, if people tell you go right, you're gonna go left. You know, you're just gonna do it. And so they just learn to accept that I'm a Keisha, okay? Because there's another Keisha on here, so she could probably understand, you know, how things work for me. I'm a Keisha. And so, so even when I got my corporate job, I was like trying to find another job after I had been there for a little while. And my dad thought, girl, you're crazy. But, you know, you got to be, as an entrepreneur, you got to take risks. And some of you are here tonight, and you're watching this hangout. And this is actually a small risk, I think, for some. If 1995 is a huge risk for you, then there's some different things that we need to discuss with you. But it's a 1995 decision. I got in and made a sale within 24 hours. I didn't know eBay. I don't have any connections in eBay, you know, on the company side. I just listed my item. 24 hours later, it's sold. And I was like, wait a minute. Now, I've been in internet marketing since 2008, and I was like, I didn't need any of that skill set. So I was like, I had something that had mass market appeal, okay? Meaning that my mom, who was actually in the company, my mom could do this, and she's like 60-something years old. And I was like, man, if she can do this, you know, then, you know, anybody can do this, right? So I got started, got my first sale within 24 hours, and I just went running to tell people about something that could change their lives. Listen, we're going into the holiday season, and many people are going to rob Peter to pay Paul to get the new Xbox for their children, okay? They're going to, you know, to get the new Jordans and all this kind of stuff, and, you know, and so you don't have to do that, right? You can plug into this. It's time to get in now. It's not time to think about it. So don't click the get more information, because there's no more information to get. Honestly, you can get in. We'll teach you how to, grab items from from Amazon and put them on eBay. It's simple process. So I just got in. My husband now, he's in the business with me as well, and we've been able to do on the affiliate side a 6-figure income. Just sharing an opportunity, right? Just saving lives. That's how I look at it. I'm not a peddler or anything. I'm just saving lives, and because of that, we've been compensated greatly, because we care about people and we care about you that are watching tonight. So that's my story, Dave. That's the short version. So I'll definitely turn it back over to you.
Well, that was awesome, Keisha. And you know what? We live in the future, guys. Technology. I mean, check that out. She's on her phone in her car, okay? She's committed to this business. She's right here plugged in, and what you're seeing her use right now is either a smartphone or a tablet. But let me tell you, billions and billions of dollars are bought online using mobile devices, okay?
Right.
That mobile device she's on right now is a point of sale. It's a point of sale system. eBay and Amazon do billions and billions of dollars per year with mobile devices. Like she said, you want to get in right now. You want to sign up. There is no more information necessary. It's a $20 business decision, guys. Jump in, come aboard. We are ready and willing to work with you to help you become the next success story, guys. Thousands and thousands of people have done so as we come into our 1-year anniversary. So what I want to do right now is turn it back over to my co-host, Bruce. As we wrap things up and wind things up, he's going to go ahead and interview the last group of people here before we close out. But you guys need to click the join button right now to come aboard and become a part of the unit prosperity. Over to you, Bruce.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. All right. Well, let's look down the row here, and I see a smiling face, a good friend of mine from right here in my my neck of the woods, Mr. Sean Hill. Hey, brother, how are you tonight?
Hey, brother, I am great. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
All right. Just love it. Just love it. Just enjoying being here. The opportunity that you gave me. Hey, $20 is all it's going to take to get you started on this business opportunity. And guess where I got this idea from? My brother Bruce. Just enjoyed it. So, hey, this is the type of opportunity that we have where we learn from each other, we growing from each other. Before I got in this opportunity, I did not even know Bruce existed, but since then, we've become good friends. He's become like a mentor to me, along with a lot of the other people in DS Domination. So I'm excited. We're on fire in Dallas. DFW, DSD is taking over. And, man, I can tell you what, could not be more excited to be here.
Fantastic. Well, I'm certainly thrilled that you're here tonight, Sean, and Sean's committed. No matter we have meet and greets and some trainings and things, and not only in the DFW area but across the country as we progress. And it's exciting to be able to see faces on the computer like we are tonight. But it's great to meet people, and we've met most of the people that are on the panel and thousands more. And we're going to continue to grow as a company, and it's a huge family. So, Sean, tell me just briefly, I mean, where you came from, where you're at in the business as far as the opportunity goes, what it means to you, and what where you're headed in the future as far as your goals.
Absolutely, Bruce. Wow, where did I come from? I'm like a lot of other people who was just not happy working for somebody else. Like one guy said, one of my mentors said, if somebody can tell you when you can come back, go to work, when you can go to lunch, when you can leave work, they've got too much control over your life. And I've always been one of those people that has just wanted that time freedom to be able to control my life. And so I've always had that, been in several different opportunities, and just never really found one that really worked for me. And so I was in another opportunity when I found out about DS Domination. I was looking at my list of people I had to call who had already called about 2 or 3 other opportunities. So I didn't want to call them about this one, but you have to make the warm list. You have to call your list. So I was going down my list thinking about who I was going to call next, and I kept seeing my friend posting online, about how she's making money with Diz Domination. So I was like, okay, is this really, really real? Because I knew she was going to be honest with me. She had nothing to gain. So, you have those type of people in your life that they're not going to sugarcoat anything. They're going to be really honest with you. So she told me, yes, it's absolutely real. I'm making money here. Hey, you should check it out. I said, okay, how much is it? She told me it's $20. I said, okay, that's great, but how much else is it? What else do I have to buy? What other kits do I need? How much more stock do I need to get? Because I've been in all the other ones where you start out with 20, and then you have to buy another starter pack, the quick start, the big mega pack. And so she said, no, all it is for the training, $20. So I spent my $20, got the training, started selling on eBay, something that I'd never done before, I'd heard of eBay, but had no idea what it was like to be selling on eBay. And I tell you what, it has been a wonderful adventure since then. I started in April, and I've averaged about $250 in profit. Now, sales have been greater than that, but $250 in profit every month, average around that time. And now we're just about to hit the holiday season, and like I tell people that I talk to about the business, hey, the holiday season is coming, and you can be on one side or the other of the equation. Either you can be getting paid for Christmas, or you can be paying for Christmas. So whichever end of the equation you want to be on, you can choose that right now. And so just really want to encourage people to get in the game, get off the sidelines. Hey, this is your chance to make a difference for you and your family, your legacy. There's so much here, and you know what? Like I said, I'm not going to take up too much more of the time, but the best thing about this whole opportunity is not the money you make, which is great. It's not the opportunity that's in front of us. It's the people that you meet, because I hope from the people that I've met, I'm going to develop lifelong relationships, and we can all grow rich together. So that's been the best part to me.
Fantastic. Sean, one quick question for you. I know there's I'm sure a lot of people out there that are listening tonight that keep hearing over and over, $20, $20, $20, and or $19.95, whatever. We just round it off. It's easier to say $20. There you go. Gotta love it. I resemble that. I keep one of those right there. Anyway,
hey, I learned from the best.
But one thing that crosses a lot of people's minds, and I've seen one model after another, one business after another. A lot of us have, and a lot of the people that are listening tonight have. Talk a little bit about how you were just absolutely arm twisted into recruiting and building a team, and forced to do that. Share a little bit about what your thoughts are on our cost offset model and how that works.
Well, you know what, Bruce? To me, that's the key to the kingdom. That is the big thing that separates our company from any other company or any other opportunity out there, is that you can actually be successful, make money, make a profit, and not recruit one person. That's what I loved about it, because once you can do that and you can have documented proof, then you can go to your friends and family members and people that you want to talk to, and out of love, not with money in your eyes, but because you want to, help them. And but here's the thing, the beauty of it that I love. You go to them, and if they join, you're gonna make some money. And if they don't join, you're going to make some money. So whether they join or they don't join, it really doesn't matter. You hope they join, but if they don't, you're going to make money. And so you just take on a different air. You smile when you go up talk to them. Before, you were a little bit stressed out because you didn't know if they're going to join or not. Now you go up, you're dancing, you're smiling with them, you're high-fiving them, and you're showing them the cha-chings, and you're showing them your phone, the red and blue and eBay symbol, and you're happy about it, and you just short it off. And if they join, great, good, they can hang out with you. If they don't join, you don't worry about it. You keep listing, you keep making money. Your phone keeps cha-chinging. Life is great, and it just doesn't get much better than that.
Fantastic. Well, thanks, Sean. I appreciate. I kind of set you up for that question, but anyway, great. One of many great things about business is that if you're out there and you're just absolutely fed up with recruiting and marketing and all the other stuff, you can literally sit back and sit in front of your computer, and nobody has to know that you're even involved in a business at all. To include my own wife, she didn't even know for a long time until I started making money, and then she kind of got a hint. I was so excited about it. But
hey, Bruce, I think we'll see you go in and out on your microphone and your camera. Not sure what's going on. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take over from here and interview the next person who's kind of in and out. Her technology situation was kind of giving her a hard time earlier, but I see she's back. Alicia, if you're with us, I'd like to go ahead and bring you out because I just know you have a wonderful, compelling story as well. Tell these folks why they need to get on board with the Unit of Prosperity and jump in this program called DS Domination, especially before the holidays hit.
Thank you, Dave. Well, let me just say I'm sorry having technical difficulties, and then I have a toddler who doesn't want to do what she's told, so I do apologize. But DS Domination has been awesome for me. Hold on for one moment, please. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been with DS Domination since late January, and I came across a Google Hangout, and I was excited and hooked from day one. I knew that I wanted to get in. I knew I wanted to start selling on eBay. Now, I had sold one or two items before out of my home and things that I was trying to get rid of, but I had no idea that there was something like DS Domination out there for ordinary people like me who just wanted to make money from home. And I got my first cha-ching about a few weeks after I started, which is a little later than some folks, but it's still good. And once I got that first cha-ching, my excitement level just went skyrocket, and I just kept listing, kept plugging into the Unit of Prosperity, and started getting more cha-chings. And then as soon as that happened, I knew right away I wanted to share this opportunity. So I went ahead and became an affiliate, and I signed up my first team member that same week, and it just kept rolling in. DS Domination has helped me pay car repairs, helped me paying my daycare costs for my little one. It has helped me in the time of need. You know, I used to always keep looking at my bank account and saying, well, I don't know where this is going to come from, and I don't know where that's going to come from. And I don't do that as much anymore because DS Domination has really stepped in and helped me out in a time of need. So it's been my blessing. I call it my blessing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, we hear so many of these stories, and it's just so wonderful because we just came through a really, really tough recession, guys. It's really not over for a lot of people that are relying on that W-2 income. Once you get plugged into what e-commerce offers you, the possibilities are absolutely limitless. I can't say enough about how important it is for people to jump aboard right now, right before our one-year anniversary, and right as we get ready to turn the corner into the holiday shopping season. You have time to get plugged in and start cha-chinging. What they mean by cha-ching is eBay has a phone app, okay, for your smartphone that actually sounds like a cash register when that money hits your account. It is the most wonderful sound that you could possibly imagine, you know, and so we all are celebrating each other here in the Unit of Prosperity. We work closely together to help and support one another. And I cannot say how happy I am for you, Elise, and everybody else on this panel. So what I want to do before I turn it back over to Bruce to interview the last couple of people is I want to interview Melody here. Melody, you've been waiting for a while. And what we want to do is have you unmute your phone or your microphone and come forward and tell us, share with us your experience with DS Domination and how it has impacted your life, changed your life, and changed your financial picture.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids, ages 7 and almost 3. I'm a full-time student, and I'm actually getting ready to graduate, so I'm a very, very busy person. But I was introduced to DSD back in February by my sister-in-law. She had just started, and I think I signed up a week after she did. And we basically made it like almost like a competition where we push each other's like how many things have you listed today? You know, how are your listings looking? You know, we really try to help each other out, which is great. You know, she's really good at supporting me, and I try to do the same for her. But it really has helped my family out a lot. I mean, I haven't gotten into the big earnings yet, and I say yet because I am going to get there. But it's been enough, even at the starting level, to help us when we had bills to pay and, you know, other income just wasn't helping out. I mean, it just wasn't meeting it. So DSD is definitely, it's bought groceries for me and my family. It's paid off bills. I was able to throw my my twin sister a really nice baby shower I think it was last month with the money that I was able to make. And the past couple of weeks, I've kind of been sitting on it. Like I said, I'm actually getting ready to graduate next month. So I kind of sat on it a little bit, and I can definitely tell a difference. But I'm getting back to it. You know, it's definitely something that I would definitely recommend. I am an affiliate now, which it's great that you don't have to be. And that's the one thing that I really liked about it, is that you can recruit if you want to. You don't have to. And that was the big seller for me, because originally I did not intend on being an affiliate. But when I saw my sister-in-law doing it, and she's like every other day I just signed somebody else up. Somebody else just signed up. And I was like, well, this is a great program. This is a great thing. You know, I'm telling people about it anyway. You know, why not just be an affiliate? So basically, you know, I've had a lot of fun with it. My husband, you know, he doesn't get on and do the dirty work himself. Oh, sorry. But he'll call me and say, hey, these are the things that we're setting up at work. He works in retail, and he's like, hey, these are the kinds of things we're setting up. The season's changing, so you need to be looking for this. Go list this item. Go list this item. And a lot of times, you know, those are the things that are selling. You know, we try to keep up with, you know, seasonal items, and, you know, with the holidays coming, I've been listing a lot of things for the holidays, you know, hot items that are going to be selling at Christmas time, you know, just looking at things like that, trying to stay ahead of the game. But basically, in a nutshell, this has been a great thing for me, because I can't leave the house and work because of all I've got going on at home. And it's been a good way for me to bring in extra income without the extra hassle of having to, you know, find a babysitter or childcare, or, you know, worry about an extra vehicle. So it's definitely been a good thing for me and my family.
That is awesome, awesome. Did you guys hear that? She said she's a stay-at-home mom, and she also said no recruiting is required here. Recruiting is optional, guys. This is about listing items on eBay, not about recruiting, although for those who are strong recruiters, we got something for you too. You can actually make income, earn income from also showing others this awesome, amazing program. Now, you do realize there, Melody, that we could hear you, but we couldn't see you, right? You know your camera wasn't on?
I am having technical difficulties, because it's showing here that I can see myself on the monitor, but, you know, I didn't realize that you couldn't see me.
Well, we can see your picture, and we hear you loud and clear. So
that's okay, because I'm in stay-at-home mom garb. That means I don't have my hair fixed, so that's okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Your testimony was wonderful. One of thousands of testimonials, guys. Again, hit that join button. We want to hear your success story in the coming weeks and months ahead. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Bruce, who's going to wrap this thing up with the next couple of interviews. Guys, we're getting close to the top of the hour, and we're going to go ahead and put a bow on this, wrap it up real nice for you. Guys, get involved with DS Domination. If you're not involved in DS Domination, it is going to change your life. Over to you, Bruce.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dave. Well, I have the pleasure and the honor to introduce you to a young lady that's a friend of mine and one of our leaders in the organization. Hi, Angie. How are you this evening?
I am awesome. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Good.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your life, your journey, anything you want to share with us in reference to what where you came from with and what DSD has done for you and your family.
Sure, I will. Thank you, Bruce. And I thank you guys for having me on. I just raced home. I am a full-time nurse manager, so I work 40-plus hours a week, and I'm 24 hours on call, and I'm responsible for a unit 24 hours a day. And I'm also a football mom right now. I've got 3 boys, ages 12, 7, well, no, he just turned 8, and 4, and he'll actually be 5 next weekend. But I just raced home from football. So what I want to say to you before I even get started with my story is that, whoever you are watching this, if you haven't clicked the link to join, I want you to do that right now, because it's a $20 decision that can absolutely change your life, and it can change the circumstance that you're in. I want to let you know that you can do this no matter if you think that you don't have time, or you don't understand, or you don't know what you're going to do. This is not hard work. You just have to do the work. You have to put the time in to do it, but you can certainly manage your time. And I want to say that because, like I said, I just raced home from football practice. I've got the 3 boys. We have football practice every single night from Monday through Thursday, and then all day on Saturday, because we have first game with my young one and we've got last game with my oldest one. So we're at the football field all day long on Saturday. So I work full time, about 50 to 55 hours a week average. Then I do football from about 6 until 8:30, 9 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. And then on Saturdays, we're at the football field all day. And I still have time to do this business. I'm building an eBay business. I'm building an Amazon business. And I get the cha-chings that you guys heard about tonight on my phone on a daily basis. And so I've been in DS Domination since January, mid-January, and at this point I'm getting sales every single day. It's about consistency. It's about what do you want to do with your life. And for me, it's not necessarily a money situation for me. I mean, absolutely, the more money you have, the more you can do with that money, the more people you can bless. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, is I do need some time freedom. Clearly, I'm very, very busy. And so I would like to, transition to where I don't have to have a 55-hour-a-week job, in addition to all of the other stuff I do for my kids. So that's the goal. But in that process, I want to help other people. And so in order to do that, having the extra money, you have the luxury to be able to help other people. And that's what it's about, helping other people. So time freedom for me is what it's about. And in the now, when you are working to build this business, you might have to sacrifice a little time. You might have to reprioritize a little bit. But if you are determined to make this work for you, then this is something that you can use to be successful in your own business. The other thing people need to remember is that there's a tax benefit from running an eBay and Amazon business. You can make and save money for just having an eBay and Amazon business. So there are so many benefits to just getting started today for $20. I urge you, for yourself, for your family, for whoever it is, for whatever your why, whatever your purpose is, I urge you to click that button and join today. We have a team that is phenomenal. Bruce and Alicia and all of these people sitting here on this panel are amazing, amazing people. And the environment in which we raise up leaders and raise up people to build their own businesses is really second to none. You cannot find it anywhere. It's almost a non-competitive environment. We're all here to help each other grow personally, professionally, and the more that we help each other, the bigger the bigger ripple we have in this world. And we all want to be here to make a difference in our families' lives, and our friends' lives, and then those beyond. So, guys, like I said, you have the time to do this. You just have to be dedicated to make the time. And for $20, my husband's ordering a pizza right now because we just got home and I had to hop on this hangout. He's ordering a pizza for 20 bucks, okay? Forget the pizza for one night, eat some peanut butter and jelly for one night. And there you go. 20 bucks, guys. 20 bucks to start your own eBay business and start getting money. So, guys, again, welcome to this panel, welcome to this hangout, and, welcome to your decision right now that can change your life.
Wow, thank you, Angie. That was awesome. One thing as a takeaway that I got from you, and you didn't say it in so many words, but one of the things that I've heard many times over, and your story is a prime example of that, is the reason or the excuse, if you want to call it that some people will use to say, well, I can't do that because I'm busy or I don't have time or whatever. Others like yourself and other successful people will use that same exact why or that same exact reason, and they'll concentrate on the reasons why they want to be successful instead of the excuses. They put themselves in their work clothes and they go to work and they forget about the excuses, and the results are obvious. So thank you again.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and one more thing it just made me think of, Bruce. When you think about people that say, well, I can't, I don't have time, what I ask myself is, how can I? How can I find 5 or 10 more minutes that I can be productive right now? How can I find a little bit of time that I can dedicate right now so that later, we can have a freer life, a more blessed life, and to help others. So, how can you? Think about that. How can you get 20 bucks to pay right now to join this phenomenal team?
Absolutely. Well, like I said, it's it's an incredible experience, and it's either, like I said before, you can either invest it or you can throw it away. Your choice. So anyway, you made the right choice. But with that, Denver Dave is better at tying bows than I am, so I'm going to send this back to you, Dave, and have fun tying the bow.
All right, before we wrap it up, we have one more guest on here. I can't pronounce your name. If I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. It looks like Joanna June has joined us, and it certainly is a pleasure to meet all of the Unit of Prosperity folks. Looking forward to meeting you all in person. For those of you who missed our first event, it was enormous. It was so awesome when I got a chance to meet the Unit of Prosperity, the folks that were there, the things that are coming in the future, for everything being designed to continue to help us build our e-commerce businesses. Angie, that was such a great testimony. You're right. People don't have an excuse. Time is not the issue. People no longer have an excuse not to make money online. So what I want to do right now is bring out Joanna June. Joanna, if I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry, but let's hear your story. Tell us a little bit about you. Take a couple of minutes. Tell us a little about you and how DS Domination has changed your life.
Okay, can you hear me?
Barely. Can you speak up a little bit?
Okay, can you hear me better now?
That's better.
Yes. So yeah, my name is Yvonne. You did pronounce it correctly.
All right. How about that? Now we can't see you, but we can hear you, Joanna.
Oh, you can't see me? I need my husband to know how to turn the camera on. This is terrible.
No, that's okay. Go ahead with your testimony. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'll start talking. He's going to help me turn the camera on.
Okay.
So I joined DS Domination about 2 months ago. My friend was posting, all the ka-chings on her Facebook page, and so, I was very curious, and I followed it for a couple of days, and then eventually I decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. I mean, $20, what could it hurt? I invested thousands of dollars in other ventures that were not successful. So I thought $20 would not, it's not going to hurt me any. So I did invest the $20. Can you see me now?
No, no, we can't.
No.
We can hear you though.
Okay, so I did. I got, I signed up and I watched all the videos that day, and I listed my first item that very day because I was so excited. I thought, you know what, this sounds like something that can actually work. And I listed, about 10 items that day, and then I kept listing for a few days, and by the fourth day, I sold my first. I heard my first ka-ching, and I was so excited. My husband and I, we both realized, you know what, this system actually works, and we have not looked back since. We have, been making money with the eBay side of the business. We started doing the Amazon side. We've got Genesis, and we've been rolling with that, and it's just been a phenomenal experience. Like everyone is saying here, the most amazing thing was the freedom that it afforded us, because we both had worked in corporate America before, and we made a decision that we didn't want to sacrifice our life, no matter how good the pay was. And so we wanted freedom. And we were so glad that we found DS Domination, because it gave us that freedom to be able to make money, have fun, and enjoy our lives all at the same time, just for a $20 investment. So this is one of the best financial decisions we have ever made.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Tell us a little bit about your computer experience. Are you a computer guru? Are you a genius? Are you some wizard that can magically, master, computers, and you're just a grand computer programmer? Or are you just a common person?
Not at all. Coincidentally, my husband is a programmer, but I'm the one who does the listing side of the business. And my expertise is surfing the net. I spend so many hours just surfing mindlessly. I spend hours on my Facebook page. I spend hours reading all kinds of articles, watching videos that had made no contribution to my life, essentially. And so now I am actually spending that time online, but it's actually bringing me an income instead. So it's been a great exchange in terms of spending the time online, doing the searches, making the listing, and now I'm actually earning an income. But the videos, the training was so simple. Like I said, I watched them all that very day, and by the end of the day, I knew how to carry out the process. So it's very, very easy.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, guys, you've heard it from numerous folks here who are just ordinary people who saw an opportunity to get involved for just 20 bucks to come aboard the Unit of Prosperity and join DS Domination. Now, before we hang up, I want to give you my quick testimonial, which is just a brief, quick couple of minutes, just to share with you how it has really changed my life to be involved with DS Domination. I joined back in November, although I heard Roger talk about DS Domination in September of last year, but I was in another program, and I was really trying to make that work. I have seen tons of programs come. I've seen programs go. I've seen the cyclers. I've seen the 2x2s, the 10x10s. Every time you turn around, there's a new opportunity springing up somewhere. But when I heard DS Domination for the first time in September, I knew it had enormous potential, and I just didn't at that time join. But when my good friend Kerry George, Mr. Excitement, reached out to me in late October, early November, and said he was joining, I told him I wasn't yet ready to do so, but that I had been aware of the program and I was keeping my eye on it. Well, I did a little bit more homework on it, and what I did was contact Mr. Excitement right away and say, dude, this thing has enormous upside. 20 bucks to get started, I'm in. He sent me his link. I lollygagged around because it was around the holidays, and so I didn't start studying the videos for a week or two. But once I did, and once I listed my first item, I went right over here to my golf course across the street from my house. Within an hour of listing that item, it sold. And it was sort of an experiment. That item sold within like an hour, and it blew my mind because I knew the potential here. And so here we are coming up on the 1-year anniversary. I can only imagine how enormous this holiday shopping season is going to be. Last year, Amazon broke records selling online, primarily through mobile devices like I mentioned earlier. eBay broke records on Cyber Monday and Black Friday. Enormous, enormous opportunity, guys. What you want to do is right now click that join button, get signed up. The person that invited you to this hangout will get you plugged into our Unit of Prosperity Facebook support group. We're going to be with you every step of the way as you too build your e-commerce business. This is Denver Dave signing off. I want to thank you for attending. I want to thank all of the panelists, especially thank you to Bruce McElhaney for being a co-host today. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you on the inside of DS Domination in the Unit of Prosperity. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you for watching. For more information, go to the About tab and visit my website. You'll see it right there in the description. It's partnerwithyvonne.com. Again, www.partnerwithyvonne.com.